After the devastating events of Avengers Infinity War, the universe is in ruins. With the help of remaining allies, the Avengers assemble once more in order to undo Thanos' actions and restore order to the universe. Dave and I just watched this 3-hour, 1-minute movie. We're here to talk about it. It's late. It's going to be exciting. Let's go.
Dude, you should review movies.
Oh my god, yes.
Okay, I've had a couple, so movie review.
All right, welcome back. If we're early, so we could get like anybody listening. So if you're a returning customer, a returning listener, thank you as always. If you're new to this, it's usually three of us, but it's ourselves, John, and Dave. We're going to be reviewing this minus Jimmy. We break it down casually. We have our two separate scores. We have a critical rating, which we take all the technical aspects, storytelling, the visuals, yada yada, the real stuff. But then we also do a popcorn rating, which is 1 through 5, and just flat out entertainment score. Excuse me. So with this one, I think we're pretty much going to be on the same page. It's always the same thing with Avengers and Marvel. It's good because we're fans. We're going to really enjoy this. So I want to start off with snap impressions. Dave, what did you think?
So I'm going to say my literal snap impression because as the credits were rolling, I sent a text to my friends who haven't been able to see it yet. Like, non-spoilers, just my quick gut reaction. And it was, this movie was everything I wanted it to be.
I hate that you did that. Come on, man.
Why?
People that do that text right away is like, oh, look, I texted it too, but I just said what I meant. It's like, I know something you don't know.
Oh, no. Because they asked me to give my snap impressions, like, beforehand, and I was like, that's what it is.
Okay.
Like, it was exactly what I wanted it to be. And I wasn't going to spoil anything to them.
Well, I know you wouldn't do that, but still, it's just like, give them something more. It's like, that's everything I wanted it to be.
No, and then they asked me questions, and they were like, but keep it vague, your answers, so.
Okay. Did you get emotional at all?
I teared up at the end.
How could you not?
Yes. So, give your snap impression first, and then we'll go into spoiler for anyone.
I loved it. I just was all about it. This was so satisfying to me. I walked out of Infinity War last year, kind of in a funk. Like, I hate the to be continued, and I hate like assuming what's going to happen beforehand. Like, so. I listened to too many theories last time, and the theories were right, and this sucked. This one, I pulled back a little bit, and I didn't, but I still heard a ton of theories, and they were all wrong. So it was all one giant surprise for me. I mean, there was little parts here and there that was correct, but like the overall basis of it was a surprise.
Yeah.
And it was satisfying. I knew Captain America was no longer going to be part of the series. We knew that because we're insider knowledge. Because we pay attention. We
follow the trades. We know this was Chris Evans' last movie.
We know he didn't sign on for any of the movies. Same thing with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
So we knew that they were dying or graduating or whatever. So, but the way they did it was just nice. Yes,
it was. It really was the perfect send-off to the last 10 years of Marvel movies. Because it didn't, like, it's, I'm at a loss for words right now. I just feel like the future is wide open now, and they retired all the original Avengers in a way that suits those characters. The only one really going on is Thor, and he's just, like, along for the ride because he wants to discover more about himself, and everyone else is either permanently injured and they can't do anything, so they'll probably show up here and there as like background characters, or they're dead.
Yeah. So the excuse me, my hell of a time for my throat to start going nuts because I can't just leave you to get water. But the post and the credits, they really singled out a lot of like the big people with like their signatures and stuff. Was that like a goodbye to them?
Well, they did it just for the original 6.
Yeah, I know.
Those, and I think it's just because this movie was like I said, it was a love letter to the start of the whole thing, and like the first 6.
Yeah.
They're not really going to be back. The only one is Thor, who will definitely be back in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie at least.
Because he's the captain of the ship.
And
we all know the captain of the ship.
The Hulk will probably be back. I feel like he'll show up in the next Avengers as like the science guy in the background.
Okay. Now let's break this up into two different things. Let's talk about like our thoughts of what happened, and then let's get into like our own theories because a lot of shit they play.
Did you read my email?
No, I haven't.
Ooh, you should read it live on air to see how close I was.
God damn it! I hate that you're going to be like almost right.
Some
But
stuff I'm right
this will
about.
go into all right. Here are my thoughts on what happens in the movie. Heard there's some leaks, and so I wanted to send it just in case I accidentally see something. These are Dave's words sent 9 days ago. Calling it now. The second use of the stones was Thanos using them to destroy them so they can... Cool. Nailed that. Spoiler. Immediately after Infinity War, they regroup with Captain Marvel, Tony, Nebula, and go after Thanos and win. Possibly a couple die in a fight. Okay.
Wrong there.
Wrong. But the Captain Marvel was there.
Mm-hmm.
Tony was not.
Nebula? Oh, Tony. No, Tony.
He sat that out. There was no way to undo the snap since he destroyed the stones. Yep, and got that right. Cut to 5 years later. What? Where'd you get the 5 years?
That was like a rumor from Infinity War was.
All right, we knew there was a time jump.
Yeah, we knew there was going to be some sort of time jump because they like cast an older Ant-Man daughter and all that.
Yes. So cut to 5 years later, Avengers have mostly split up. Maybe Cap, Black Widow, and War Machine are the only official Avengers left. Banner is our tech support. Thor and Rocket live with surviving as Guardians. Valkyrie, okay, you're almost there. Tony retired and lives with Pepper. Bingo. Gamora, I don't know, maybe he's an Avenger or out in space. Bingo. Captain Marvel is either seriously injured from the Thanos fight or after realizing it can't be revised anymore, she goes back to her space adventures. Bingo. Ant-Man appears from a time vortex and has the Avengers. So it's cool. All right, you read the script. Nice.
No, I didn't. And I wasn't even right about the time vortex.
No, you got some things wrong.
Yeah.
And here's the last paragraph. People who are falling off. Once they know about time travel, they reunite their surviving Avengers and go through time to collect the stones, duplicate them maybe before Thanos can do the snap. Fight with Thanos from the trailer before he gets stones. Cool. I mean, you were in the right vein.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to actually take the stones because I was like, well, that just changes the whole timeline. And I like that they dealt with that with Tilda Swinton's character being like, no, you're always going to go back to your timeline, and we're just going to be fucked. So that's why they had to send the stones back.
Multiverses. But I do like how she's like, wait, Doctor Strange gave it up? Well, by all means, have it.
Yes. I like that she was like, I've seen the future, and I know he's the best of us. If he did it, I trust him, even though I haven't even met him in my own time yet.
Yeah. Well, she's the all-knowing. She was conscious of her whole reality, so she did meet him technically.
Yes.
Yeah, but not in that timeline. Like you said, she's like, you're 5 years too early.
Mm-hmm.
I love how the Thanos was still in the mix. He got word of it before. Like they tried to pull a fast one by doing time travel, and he was like, "Whoa! I just caught on to my destiny here. Let me just go get right into this mix." So they inadvertently brought him to the future from the past. Yeah, it's crazy what they did.
Yeah, I had no idea how they were going to, because I knew they would, like I said in my email, I figured they would defeat him early, but I knew he had to come back somehow, so I didn't know if, like, undoing the snap was going to bring him back or something like that. The fact that he caught on, and, like, through Gamora, just, like, her Wi-Fi was just connected to his shit.
Yeah.
That was such a surprising way for them to figure out how to get him looped in, and I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta... I don't know why they sent Gamora onto that planet.
Well,
right?
Anytime she went back in the past, she was like, it was going to happen.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That was. I liked how they broke up into groups. I liked that. I hated the fact that they sent Nat and Hawkeye together to the Soul Stone because you knew one of them was going to go. But did you? I mean, you were dead set that Hawkeye was going to go over, right?
Oh yeah, I definitely thought he was going to go over.
And that's because Scarlett's got her own Black Widow movie coming out.
Well, I had heard that was probably going to be a prequel about like before the Avengers.
Yeah, but they greenlit it in the past few months.
Yes. So
I think that may have been Marvel trickery.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's still coming because I think it started shooting already.
But did it? We don't know. We haven't seen any set footage of that. This was like an amazing ruse for that one moment.
No, I think they're still shooting the movie. It's just going to be a prequel, actually, about like her before she was like the Avengers and all that.
I'm not sold that she's dead yet either.
Oh, she definitely is.
No,
They even said like Hulk tried to bring her back when he used the
I
stones.
know, but I saw it with my wife, and she brought up an excellent point.
Which was?
Cap America goes back and he returns all the stones. Right? He
Oh,
goes
yeah.
back to that, and they made a point saying it's a soul for a soul. He could throw the stone back and get Natalia. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know how it works.
That would be interesting, correct?
It would be. Although
It would-
I wouldn't... I think that would be an interesting thing in like an Elseworld story. I like the finale, like... We can't have them only lose like one guy, really.
No,
I feel like
but that maybe
losing her was heartbreaking. And
Maybe
so
she comes
I think
back-
it should like stick.
maybe she comes back. It's like it is a prequel, but it's her coming back in like the 80s.
No, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Now that they fucked with the timeline, this whole thing is a mess.
Yeah.
You know? It's just they've opened the door. They've opened Pandora's box where they can do whatever they want. And they left the doors open. Like we have Loki with a Tesseract somewhere in a different timeline.
Yes. Well, I know they also already announced for Disney Plus they're doing Elseworld Stories as one of their series. So I assume one's going to be like, what did he do now with this Tesseract?
Like that was a colossal fuck up on their part.
Yes.
Jesus.
I mean that multiple reality is just fucked. He just got away.
Yeah. I what I love the most is that, especially in the New York scene, is they brought you back to scenes you've already seen.
Yeah.
And it was but they even crossed lines of like different movies, because when Cap was in the elevator, like that was the Winter Soldier. No, yeah, Winter Soldier. And
Yeah.
I
But
was
it was
I was
still
like
great.
I was like slapping Shannon on the shoulder, like, ah, look at this. She had no fucking clue
Me
what was
too.
going on.
I was tapping Kari, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, he's gonna have like the elevator fight again." And then he didn't. The fact that he leaned over and just goes, "Hail Hydra!"
Crazy.
I fucking loved it, especially after I don't know if you know, there was a run in the comics last year.
Yes.
Where-
Yeah, of course I do. I have that right.
For
right
anyone
there.
listening who doesn't know, there was a run in the comics where somebody like rewrote Captain America's history, and he became a Hydra agent. And the issue that revealed it, the last panel was him saying "Hail Hydra," and like the nerds online were furious about it. How could you ruin Captain America that way? So I love them poking fun at it this time.
Yeah, it was an ideal situation about how to do it. Bring Crossbones back for that scene. Bring Robert Redford back. He didn't retire from movies apparently.
But he probably shot this before.
He shot it way before, I know, but still, just seeing Robert
Yeah.
Redford pop up was just delightful.
100%. I love too when they were getting the scepter and the Tesseract, and Ant-Man's like, "You guys didn't realize these were bad guys? Look at them. They
Yeah.
look like villains."
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's I could sit here as like, yep, that was awesome. Because I'm still glowing from it.
Yeah.
We're like an hour. I'm an hour and a half out of the theater.
I'm an
Still
hour.
just kind of reeling from it. Is there anything you didn't like about it?
Just like minor nitpicky things, like I saw Captain America, like he lost his shield when he was fighting himself, and then he still didn't have it when he and Tony went farther into the past, and then suddenly Tony Stark has it when they're in the present day. Shit like that.
Yeah, but
Which
like
is just probably like continuity.
no. Well,
error stuff.
they did say that it when you go back, you don't disrupt you don't disrupt the future. When you go back to the past, you disrupt a different future.
Well, yes, but he brought his shield with him into the past,
Yeah.
and then lost it, and then went farther into the past, and then went to his present day. So it shouldn't be in the present day because he took it out of it.
Yep, you're right. Continuity.
Yeah, but I assume there's some scene on the cutting room floor where he picks it up.
Absolutely. Because you can't really walk around 1970s United States with a Captain America shield.
Yeah. What
be
about
subtle
you?
about
What did you like? Or
Issues I
dislike?
had. I'll be honest. The little moment of all the women together, it felt forced. It felt too cheesy. I liked it.
So I agree. I spoke with Kari about this too as we were leaving the theater, and she even said, she's like, I feel like I was being pandered to.
Yeah, right.
But
and
At the same time, this is also the movie, like, they had the roundabout shot from the first Avengers movie, and this one when the entire armies are running at each other and everyone's jumping, and it looks like it's a comic book panel. And it is cheesy.
It is.
And so I can accept it that like all the female heroes were like, all right, we're going to do this together.
So I didn't. So I don't have a problem with that per se. I have a problem with the timing of it because Captain Marvel, she just got done blowing holes herself through this spaceship 8 times to make it go blow up. And she gets down, she grabs a gauntlet, and they're like, oh, how are you going to get through all these little aliens? I don't know. Maybe turn into a fucking torpedo again and just go. She didn't need help. She just didn't need help.
She didn't. And
she didn't need a horse with wings, that's for sure.
One of my favorite moments, though, in the entire final battle is when Thanos goes to headbutt her, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
She just looks at him like, hey, fuckhead, this doesn't faze me.
The smirk was amazing.
Yeah.
I was gonna be bullshit. The last couple of days I've been thinking about all these things and trying to avoid spoilers, and I love the red carpet, and I think I talked about it with you. Brie Larson had the 5 rings and the bracelet to make look like she had the Infinity Gauntlet.
So did Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, she did too?
Yeah.
Right, once I saw that, I stopped. I was like, you motherfucking Brie Larson. If you gave away the fact that you ended up with the gauntlet at the end, I will kill you.
No, I was watching an interview with them on the red carpet, and they were both like shocked that they were like, I didn't know your designers told you to wear that. Mine didn't tell me you were doing that. And so they just happen to have the exact same thing.
That's awesome. I was going to be very upset with her. I was going to tell her that.
I like that. I like that they went with Hulk to use it because it made the most sense.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't handle it too well.
No, I mean he's still permanently fucked up. That's how
the snap. I mean the snap fucked up Thanos too.
Yeah.
So,
and it killed Tony Stark.
Yeah. That was
I did love
devastating
that his
a little bit.
last line to Thanos was, and I'm Iron Man.
Call right back to his first movie.
That was like the line that launched this whole universe, really.
That was the final line of the movie.
Yeah.
It's the first movie. Yeah, that was I feel stupid because it's a comic book character. It's Robert Downey Jr., but I still I'm connected to Iron Man. You know?
There was granted it was opening night, so these are all like the mega fans.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a guy in the row in front of me who was just sobbing.
Oh, grow up.
Yeah, I fully admit I had tears in my eyes, but I was like rolling my eyes at the guy. I was like, really, dude?
Yeah.
People love these characters, and
I know.
It's easy to understand why. It's been 10 years.
I felt myself tearing up, but nothing ever came close to coming out.
Oh, I had to
except when Happy is with Morgan at the end, and he says, "You like cheeseburgers? Yeah, you're dead. I'm gonna get you all the cheeseburgers you want." I was like, "Oh my god!"
That got me, and then also the recording of Tony where he goes,
"I love you 3000."
I love you 3000.
Oh.
It
was heart wrenching.
It absolutely is.
He went into it saying that he cannot lose what he has, and he lost what he had. It was terrible.
Well, he didn't.
His big thing, he died.
Yes, and his big thing though too, right before Hulk snapped, was like, bring them to now. Don't erase the last 5 years. Like with a look of panic on his face that like they would fuck it up and he would lose his daughter.
Ugh, that'd be heartbreaking. That'd be terrible for him.
Yes.
Now his funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice the random guy, the odd man out?
Yes, I was going to ask you. I don't know who that is.
That's got to be him. I think there's more tomfoolery with the timeline.
I don't know.
Maybe not be him. Maybe. Okay, because there's definitely I could name you every single person in there and where they are.
Except that kid.
One random person standing by himself with black floofy hair like he used to have.
It did look like the young Robert Downey Jr., but I just had no idea who the fuck it was supposed to be because it didn't look like Robert Downey Jr. It just looked like a different actor dressed like young Tony Stark.
Yeah, that was the only odd man out of the entire thing, so it's important.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's just who
I haven't had the
is
chance yet, but I'm gonna look online to see like who he was credited as, and
I was eagle-eyeing the credits, the post-credits. I couldn't find anything. Amazingly, there was no random stranger at Tony's funeral titled.
Yeah, I'm sure someone online's figured it out. Though.
I think I have a theory, and that is they did go into the past way back to see Tony's father.
Mm-hmm.
And he imparted some knowledge to him before he left, and that is no money is worth the amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Mr. Stark had decided to keep growing his family, and he had multiple kids, and that would be Tony Stark's nephew.
Maybe. But then there would be like other family members with them, and how they said when they were explaining it with Tilda Swinton was that any changes they made in the past weren't going to impact their like future. They were always going to return to their timeline, where the past was always the same.
Or Mr. Original Stark, what the hell's his name? Howard.
Howard, yeah.
Maybe he had multiple sons.
But the kid was like too young.
No. I'm talking about like that's just out of wedlock. He had like a bastard kid, and that's his bastard kid's nephew, or bastard kid's son.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's his bastard nephew.
I feel like the kid's gonna show up again.
Dave. He 100% is important.
Yeah,
1,000%. He is a big deal. That's you can't even think, oh well, they had an extra guy on set, they threw him out there. No, they don't do that.
I'd love if that's what it was, like a Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was I gonna say?
I mean, but like Cap went through history and he fucked everything up.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh yeah,
and also fuck Tilda Swinton, because she said that if you go back and change anything, it changes. No, he went back and he had a whole life and he was still in the same universe at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. That's true. It's also time travel, so you kind of have to.
You can make up anything you want.
Yeah. Favorite scenes. Not counting the last battle, because the whole last battle is
epic.
Yes.
What was yours?
I really loved. Well, part of the last battle I told you about already, but I also loved when Nebula and Rhodey were watching Quill from the first Guardians of the Galaxy music, and like you hear it from like Quill's original perspective, and it seems like funny and epic again. It cuts to their perspective, and he's just singing horribly by himself.
He's a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was perfect. The whole New York scene.
Yes.
I was a little disappointed in Hulk. You know, like, oh, it just seems excessive. Oh, smash. Come on, man.
I like that he's poking fun at it.
I know, but just if you're gonna poke fun at it, sure, but like put some effort into some of it.
Yeah, I like the whole New York scene too, especially Captain America versus Captain America.
Oh my God, yes.
And then I also liked them recruiting Thor and his scenes with his mother in the past.
That was good. That was very good.
And they got what's her name back?
Renee Russo.
No, well, yes, her, but also who plays Jane Foster?
Connolly?
Natalie Portman.
Why did I think? Okay, cool.
I was impressed they got her back because I know she hates the MCU.
Does she?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, money changes everything.
Yeah, and it was such like a 2-minute scene that she was there for like half a day.
Wouldn't it be funny if they just like facial recognized her? Like it was a CGI Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
That'd be so like shitty to do.
I feel like they definitely had a way to shoot that scene where it was like you don't see her face in case she actually refused to do it.
She didn't have any lines.
No, she didn't. So it could have just been an old take.
Yeah, fuck her. Don't have to pay her.
But
anything.
I know she was at the premiere too. So
fuck her still. Yeah. Where do you think they go from here?
Well, the movies we know that they have coming out, we don't know the order. It's the Black Widow one, Eternals, Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2, Spider-Man comes out in July, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So I think they're going to take a break from any like big team-ups. I think we'll get some, like Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be them with Thor now, which will be a fun like mashup, kind of like Thor and Hulk was. I think we're going to get mashups like that.
That's good. Another continuity error issue, per se.
What?
Spider-Man, Tom Holland, comes back. It's a big, happy reunion. He basically just had a headache and passed out and came back. It's been like 5 seconds for him. Everyone else has been 5 years. Why are they still in the same grade? It was high school. If it was 5 years, they'd be in college. Did they just not do school in the 5 years that the snap happened?
Well, it looked like a lot of them were also the same age. So they also got snapped.
I know, but like, if it was like his best friend was clearly devastated. He hadn't seen him in forever.
Well, I think he kind of, when they come back and it's 5 years in the future, people fill them in on it. and he knows his best friend's Spider-Man, so something must have happened to him.
Oh, I know
He's
that.
the same age.
Yeah.
I personally just assume in Spider-Man Far From Home there's going to be like some bits about how some of their high school friends are just
older now.
not around anymore because they graduated high school and are in college.
They
or
have to.
adults. Yeah.
They
Which
have
I'm
to.
excited too that they didn't just undo this. They undid the snap, but they didn't stop it. So the
Yes.
MCU from now on is just this has happened and people remember it.
Yeah, it wasn't just reversal, which is perfect.
Yes.
I like that.
So do I.
I like how we had several snaps this time too.
That was great.
Oh my god, the after Hulk snap, the bombardment and the chaos that happened afterwards, it's really hard to piece together a cohesive story with that many bombs and them being separated and being, but they pulled it off. Right?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, that I
agree.
was
I agree.
usually like you're kind of discombobulated. You're like, all right, well, we'll get a reset here. I understood what was going on.
And who was where and
Yep. So
Exactly.
they did a great job of just storytelling.
yes, I think this exceeds in that department where I felt Infinity War as good as it was because there were so many characters. It was like
Choppy.
jumping around a lot
It was
more.
really choppy. I've watched it again like since obviously I watched it this week and it's just so choppy.
Yes. It's just like quick hits with like different characters the entire time. With this actually allowed us to like spend some time with these characters and let them breathe, and I loved it so much more.
Exactly. It was very 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 well done.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, if you take one guess, what would you think Jimmy's biggest complaint was?
That time travel means nothing. Like now there's time travel in the universe, so why would they ever lose anything again? Like they can just time travel and fix anything.
Oh, so Captain America can pick up Thor's hammer? Or they can just all use everyone's tools now? That's so everyone can do anything? That's stupid.
I did love Thor. His grin, he was like, I knew it when Captain America picked it up.
I know. That was, I mean,
Which means
I think
he could have
I think
picked it
I
up
squealed.
back in... Yeah, which means he could pick it up back in Age of Ultron, but he just realized he didn't want to do that to Thor, so he just didn't.
No, I don't think so. I think he was trying, but he wasn't ready yet. But he was worthy, but he wasn't ready.
No, I think he like, you know when you grab something and you can kind of like get a sense of its weight? He realized he could do it, but he didn't want to do that to Thor, so he just let it seem like he couldn't. That seems like a perfect Captain America thing to do.
You're
he
right.
wouldn't want to showboat.
It's up for debate, for sure.
Yeah, it is up for debate. That's how I'm choosing to interpret it, though.
Sure. Yeah, I like it. He was finally ready for it. And he wielded it amazing. They do things that are amazing, like using two things, like his throwing up his shield and then throwing their hammer at it to create like a ripple like force field. So cool. So
It was
so
just
out of the
so
box.
sick.
It's out of the box.
That like maybe minute and a half where it's just him with the hammer and the shield versus Thanos.
Were you not like screaming? Where the fuck is Thor?
Yeah,
Like, where is everybody?
exactly. I was like, Thor, if you just fucking get up and get your axe and just stab him in the back right now while he's focused on Captain America.
At
Whole
that
thing's
point, I
done.
was thinking like, oh my god, so Thor just killed Iron Man. They throwing his hammer through him. He's fucking dead. He'd be up here if he wasn't dead.
But yeah, he was definitely knocked out for a few minutes and had a concussion.
How cool? I mean, how shitty but yet cool would that be if they're like, yeah, no, Iron Man died from Thor. That was gonna happen eventually. He's flying
Yeah.
hammer.
That would have been hilarious.
What is such a shitty way to go?
Yeah.
He's obliterated. His mask comes off. Thor hammer.
Jesus.
Squash. Dark.
All right. Anything else before we give our ratings?
No, I think I'm good. I mean, I'm going to be watching this again, and I'm going to have more to say about it, but it's just super fresh right now.
It's super fresh, so I haven't had time to really digest anything. I am going to see it again, though. I already have tickets to see it, not this weekend, but next weekend in IMAX.
Nice. Did you saw it in a regular theater, or do you have the surround?
I had to do a regular theater. Everything was sold out by the time
Peasant.
I could get online. You did yours in D-Box, right?
Oh, it was so fucking cool. It was
Sure.
it was okay. So Captain Marvel, when I did it, it was a lot of like jostling and shaking for like all the ships and fighting. This was such like a different experience. Like yes, we had that for most of those, but when the dusting happened, the thing kind of like did like a little like sway.
Oh, that's
Oh, it was so cool.
I,
It was so cool.
the scene. I was actually like, I thought about you when I was watching it. It was the first time they go like hyperspace, or not the first time. Later in the movie when it's Clint
the
and
jumps.
Black Widow, and they're like grinning at each other going through space. I was like, this would be cool in like a rumble seat.
Yeah, no, you really every time they did the jump, it's like boom, back. Yeah, I don't think I can go see Marvel without it anymore. It was that good for this one.
Nice.
The swaying alone when everyone dusted. Oof. What a moment to be in that chair.
Yeah. All right. What do you want to start with? Critical or
Well, let's go
entertainment?
popcorn. I mean, I think we'd be surprised.
5.
Yeah, I think five's pretty fair.
Yeah, 5s across the board.
It's perfect.
Critically.
I'm still like kind of compressing all this. Cinematography was great.
Yeah.
I had one complaint about that actually with the post credit scenes. There was
lack of
like
them?
no. Well, okay, we'll talk about the post credit scene after our reviews. Fitting. The way they showed the characters was like it was like on a wall angled, so it was like I thought like my camera fell off or something in the background. It was very weird, but I mean I'm not gonna give them shit for the like credits. Sound amazing, acting superb per usual, and the writing got me good. Jimmy's gonna hate me. He's gonna be really pissed off. 89.
I think that's fair. I give it an 87.
Okay.
So very close to you. Same thing. I just think some of it, like the continuity errors we were calling out, like I wish it was a little bit better written that way. Where like they took care, like there was zero doubt why things were this way they were at the end. But emotionally, I know I keep saying it, but it was a love letter to these last like 21 movies in 10 years, and I was crying at the end of it. So I can't hate on it too much. The action was all well directed, well shot. They brought us back to some of my favorite moments of the entire MCU. So had to give it a ton of points. Just knock it down for continuity errors.
And I guess we got to give. I mean, should we have an asterisk on this because we're grading this as a Marvel like movie because it's chapter 22 of an overall story. I don't know how to grade this with like fresh eyes. I can't see it that way. Like Jimmy, he'd have a completely different take because he'd be like, well, that's stupid because he doesn't know the 6 movies leading up to that one moment. You know?
But I think it also like it fills in basically everything you need to know.
I know, but I'm saying that I can't see that perspective.
Yeah, there wouldn't be an emotional attachment to it if you're not a fan of them. But
so if I saw this movie cold,
it's 22 movies and 10 years in. We deserve some self-indulgence at this point.
No, of course, no. I'm not defending mine in a negative way. I'm just saying like it should be known that like, this is. If someone this is the first movie they ever saw, and I said 89, they'd be like, well, that's kind of confusing because this didn't make sense.
Yeah, I feel like your 89 and my 87. It's more just for the MCU.
Did we really score this lower than Mission Impossible?
I did.
Oh my god,
that's a genuinely like fantastic film.
We need to rewatch that.
Movie.
We need to rewatch that. That has been the source of a lot of debate on this podcast, and I think we need to revisit it.
You rated this, so we're locking them in.
Yeah, 89.
You rated this. Hang on, I have it pulled up. Infinity War. Oh no, you rated that 87.
Cool.
I rated it 84.
So we're
yeah, it's close, but not quite as good. Or no, it's better. I mean.
All right.
Infinity War. All right, so
post credit
wraps up our
post credit scene. Did you miss it?
What do you mean? It was just the bells.
The bells?
Yeah, at the end of the credits that told. There was one bell for each Avenger who died.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was like a guy in a workshop. I thought it was a teaser.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought at first too, but then someone behind me was like, no, I looked it up and they were talking about it like the Russo brothers talked about it or something, and it's a bell tolling for each of the Avengers who died.
I think that's dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
I want more meaning to the post credit scene should not be about what we just watched. It's about teasing the future. And in my
And
brain
there wasn't
walking
one,
out,
really.
I was thinking, oh fuck, maybe the next movie they're going to have a scene with that noise, and it's going to pan over to that fucking weird kid at the funeral, and he's in a workshop making a new iron suit.
I don't know.
I think that's
get where you're
got some water behind it.
I disagree, but I get where you're coming from. I just know they've said repeatedly that like this is the end of the current stage of the MCU.
Well, yeah,
so
it's phase.
but and like to not have another post-credit scene like teasing something for the future, it just wrapped it up and it was honoring the people who died. I think fits as like the final film of this.
I don't like it.
All right, Rotten Tomatoes. What do you think it's at?
Oh,
there's no audience score.
300,
yet. The movie just came over.
300 reviewers or so, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go 90.
It is at a 96.
Woo! Fuck, that's high.
It is the highest rated MCU movie.
I can see. I mean, yeah, but I mean, we know Rotten Tomatoes. We know it.
Yes. So
It's inflated.
96 doesn't mean it's 96 out of 100.
No, 96% of the guys like it.
96% of people who reviewed it said it's not a bad movie.
Yep. And in that sense, it's shocking it's not 100.
And I feel like there's always one or two who just hate comic
Just
book
douchebags,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Where does this sit in your top 5 Marvel movie rankings? Or what are your movies and does this sit in it?
This fits in it. My top 5, I'm going to say it in no particular order. Just
I was going to say count down from 5 to 1.
All right, I can try. 5. Oh, no, I can't. All right. Iron Man, the first one, is my roll gold. Original OG, and I'm obsessed with Iron Man himself. So, shout out me for tears, because it was really painful watching that tonight. This is in that one as well. Civil War, big time.
Okay.
Age of Ultron. I guess I like the ensembles mostly.
Really? Age of Ultron? That's one of my lowest ratings.
I love what's his face? The guy who did the voice. I think he did a great job. I love the city raising up and like everything about that was great. And the odd man out, I think probably is going to be Black Panther.
Oh, nice. I mean, that was a good one.
It was great.
I have mine. I ranked them 1 to 5, so I'll start with 5 and work my way up.
Mm-hmm.
At number 5, I got Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love that one.
I know.
Number 4, I have Avengers Endgame.
Fair.
And then number 3, I have the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Solid choice. I mean, they're all good.
Yeah. Number 2, I have Iron Man 1. And then the first number 1, I have Winter Soldier. Just because I've always been a Captain America
Winter
guy,
Soldier is
that movie. That movie I'd rank like up there with Mission Impossible as like a good film.
Yeah.
Not just a good comic book movie.
See me, Winter Soldier and Civil War was like hand in hand for me.
Yeah. Civil War I had in here until this movie.
Yeah.
That bumped it out.
So we
have a lot of the same.
We're in
movies.
agreement that Infinity War wasn't in there.
No, Infinity War was. I really liked it, but
It's just that it doesn't hold up.
whereas I remember you and I don't remember if we had this talk on air or if it was off, but I had said that Infinity War was a good event, like whatever, like it was an event getting characters together, but I thought the movie itself was a little lackluster.
Yeah, that we agreed. It was just like a chapter bridge to another one.
Yes, this felt like a good movie.
Yes, this one had an actual ending.
Mm-hmm.
So it was satisfying. So we're agreement there.
I'm so excited.
Yes. All right, so I think that's going to wrap it up for this review. We're going to ship it off to Jimmy so we can edit it and post it, and bam, everyone can listen to this. Thank you guys for listening. Check us out next week, Friday. We're going to be doing headliners per usual every Friday. Hollywood news and headlines. Sorry for my voice and cracking and coughing all over the place, but hey, we got to do what you got to do. I am exhausted. It is past midnight. Jimmy's going to laugh because he's up till 2 a.m. every night editing, so...
Yeah, but he doesn't have to like wake up and go to like a 9 to 5 job like us.
You're right, but to be fair, his job
No,
is
he
24
works,
hours.
Yeah, he works 24 hours, but if he sleeps until 10, it's not the end of the world.
Because he is his own boss. He is, and he's a motherfucker for boss. I hear makes himself work long hours.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, so tune in another time. Listen to him because he's actually a really good person to listen to and hear his opinions on movies because he has a lot of good things to say. He's got some wrong things. He thinks too hard about movies. He sees too much into the critical aspect of things. He can't just shut his brain off and enjoy a movie for what it is, and that's not a bad thing.
It's just a different way of
It's just a different thing.
All right. Well, that wraps up this week's episode of Six Pack Cinema.
Yep.
Like Shane said, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Tweet at
Thanks,
us,
guys.
comment on our Instagram, let us know what you thought of Avengers Endgame.
All right. Thanks, guys.